mortgage is far beyond our expectation.
It's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
Hello, and thanks for joining us once again on this edition of the program, Everyone Deserves a Home. Reducing the housing deficit in Nigeria and giving every Nigerian an opportunity to own a decent home is the driving force behind everything the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is doing. To achieve this, the bank has entered into quite a number of partnerships to ensure the availability of houses. One of such partnerships is with the labor unions across the country. Tonight, we shall bring you updates on the National Affordable Housing Delivery Program for Nigerian Workers, more commonly known as the FMBN NLC TUC NECA project. Also, we will showcase an FMBN estate from the Federal Capital Territory, while also bringing you the story of a beneficiary of the National Housing Fund. I am your host, Zuleyhat Belagobir, urging you to stay tuned as we begin with highlights of events making the news from the diary of the FMBN. See you after the break.
Get trained as a mortgage expert, smart property development industry player. Get that full option capacity training center for your individual or organizational needs at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria FMBN Training Center. Courses are both technical and managerial in mortgage operations, finance, human resources, and ICT, all facilitated by both internal and external mortgage and property industry experts.
We borrow the money from the bank. Every month we're servicing it.
All FMBN courses are approved by the Center for Management Development. Meanwhile, the FMBN Training Center offers 8 training facilities for rentals, 3 seminar rooms of 30 seating capacities, 2 syndicate rooms of 10 and 12 seating capacities, 2 conference halls of 108 and 78 seating capacities, an ICT lab of 38 seats, and a 24/7 power supply. Visit the FMBN Center at number J4 Ali Akilu Road, Kaduna. Email training.school@fmbn.gov.ng or call 0901 280 3484.
On the news tonight, board approves diaspora loan product. Please stay tuned for the details. The Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Architect Ahmed Ngiwa, has disclosed that the diaspora mortgage loan of the bank has been approved by the board and is about to take off. Ngiwa mentioned this in an interview recently. He said the scheme was born out of the need of Nigerians in diaspora to have their own homes here in Nigeria.
Diaspora mortgage scheme is a scheme developed recently by the bank and approved by the board of directors on our last board meeting. And that is a diaspora mortgage that suits Nigerians living outside the shores of the country, and they want to acquire houses here in Nigeria and the country. That's why the diaspora mortgage is created. It's a product that has been fully developed, and it's been approved by the board and is about to take off.
The managing director explained that once they are able to key into the scheme, homes will be provided and mortgages will be created for them to gradually repay over the years.
Whenever we go out into the foreign land, we meet these diasporans. A lot of Nigerians are living outside the country, and they have the dire need of houses here at homes. So with the creation of the diaspora mortgages, once they could be able to key into the NHF diaspora mortgages, we could be able to acquire houses for them here in the country, and they start paying the mortgage while they are outside until the end of the repayment. The houses become theirs.
In order to fast-track and ensure fair distribution of homes for Nigerian workers across the various states of the country, the FMBN entered into partnership with the labor unions. The already completed first phase of this partnership has provided over 1,300 houses. The second phase has taken off as well and is proposed to provide almost twice as much houses. In our next segment, Building Blocks, we will give you an update of the FMBN NLC TUC NECA project and how well it is going.
This site in Sabon Lugbe FCT Abuja houses 102 housing units for workers. In Ibafo area of Ogun, along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, is another 102 housing units also meant to serve the housing needs of workers. And across 15 states of the country, similar projects have been completed, all with one purpose in mind: to give the average Nigerian worker an opportunity to own a decent home. These projects are a product of the Memorandum of Understanding entered into by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria with the Nigerian Labour Unions, which include the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Trade Union Congress (TUC), and the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association (NECA) to provide affordable housing for civil servants.
The laborers are the ones that own the contributors to the National Housing Fund. That's why we have put a lot of energy, a lot of concern, a lot of passion to ensure that we work in tune with the labor centers, the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Assembly. These are the associations. These are the three bodies that are working, major stakeholders that we are working with, to ensure that the contributors to this fund, they get the better part of what they are contributing to the fund.
The agreement is tripartite in nature, involving the FMBN as the financier, labor unions as the off-takers, with the state government providing the land.
The state governments and other landowners, what I say landowners, state government and FCT, because these are the people who are supposed to give good title to all the mortgages that we are creating. Without good title, there won't be mortgages. And if the titles becomes inaccessible, it becomes a problem. If the titles become costly, it will also be a problem for the institution to create these mortgages.
With the MOU signed in 2018, approval was also made in the same year for the first phase of the project.
About 15 states were profiled in the first phase, where we have delivered in 13 states. In those locations, we have most of the projects have been completed, some have been commissioned. So these states cut across geopolitical arrangements. At least each geopolitical zone has 2 states in it.
Over 8 billion naira was invested in the first phase of the FMBN, NLC, TUC, NECA project, and about 1,300 housing units have been completed. With a success recorded on the first phase of the project, another 15 states were selected across the 6 geopolitical zones for a second phase of the project.
Well, the difference between the first phase and the second phase is because of the high demand. The bank approved that, well, rather than building just 100 houses in a location, it was increased to 180 units in each of these locations. So if you look at it, 15 states having 180 housing units, we're going to have over about 2,700 housing units when these projects are completed.
Over 17 billion naira has been proposed for the second phase of the project, with about 10 of the states already at site.
So far, so good. Like I mentioned earlier, we collaborate with the states to provide land. So initially, we started with requesting for this land, and when there were responses from the different states, then we were happy, and of course immediately we started mobilizing the developers.
States that are yet to rejoin the NHF scheme are not left out of this project, as the bank is willing to make its presence felt in every state until every state participates from the scheme.
This project that we've started, it's across states regardless of whether the state government is contributing or not. That showcases the willingness and the beauty of the scheme and where their workers can now key in, coupled with other products that the bank had developed.
The program is still Everyone Deserves a Home, showcasing strides and efforts of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in providing affordable houses to Nigerians. Somewhere in the FCT is an interesting project the FMBN is funding under the Cooperative Housing Development Loan for 8 different cooperatives on the same land area by 8 different developers. Stay tuned for details of this project in our next segment, Project in Focus.
This is the FMBN project located in Idu Sabo Life Camp FCT Abuja. The project began in July 2020 and is proposed to provide about 264 housing units for 8 different cooperatives.
We have a partnership with Federal Mortgage Bank for this project in the aspect of providing houses for the Nigerians. We are partnering with FMBN through the cooperative loan scheme, where cooperatives approach Federal Mortgage Bank and nominate us as developers to help them construct their buildings.
Each cooperative is working with an independent developer. They include Luxia Construction, developing for 9 Wall Cooperative Society; Vintage Global, developing for NECA Thrift and Loans Cooperative Society; Royal Minds Properties, developing for the Institute of Human Virology Multipurpose Cooperative Nigeria; Project 5 Limited, developing for National Board for Arabic and Islamic Multipurpose Cooperative Society; Architectural Monument Limited, developing for Elite Minds Cooperative Society Limited; Exclusive Chambermaid Limited, developing for People of Integrity Multipurpose Cooperative Society; Real Mortgage Solutions Limited, developing for National Social Trust Fund Cooperative Society; and L Group Nigeria Limited, developing for Federal Staff Hospital Abuja Multipurpose Cooperative Society.
Different developers working here. If we multiply 8 developers by 33 units, that should give us 264 units. The buildings are 3-bedroom terrace duplexes.
A total of 419 million naira has been approved for each developer, to be disbursed in 4 trenches. Currently, only the first trench of 115 million naira has been disbursed for the first 10 units. A land space of 12 hectares has been earmarked for the project, with each 33 units to sit on 1.5 hectares. A prototype of the houses has been built to showcase what the houses will look like. As it is with the FMBN, delivering quality houses is not debatable. The developers have understood this and are also putting efforts towards delivering quality.
FMBN plays 2 major parts from their own office. They come from the national headquarters of FMBN. They have a monitoring team that always come to visit periodically to check the quality and the pace of the work. Also, they have people from their state office who come around to visit our site, checking the progress, the quality, and to ensure that we are doing things properly. So that's 2 people from FMBN directly. Also, FMBN has also taken the initiative to engage private consultants who are professionals, quantity surveyors, architects, engineers, to come periodically also to come and check the quality and the pace and the delivery of the project.
The Institute of Human Virology Nigeria Multipurpose Cooperative is one of the benefiting cooperatives of the project.
This is a very laudable project that everybody look forward to it. I know sometime last year or so, there were news around the staff members that FMBN are giving, like they call it renovation loan. Yeah. I know quite a number of our staff took that loan and they were quite happy about it. So when we also mentioned that, okay, there's a housing project under FMBN, everybody was excited. We now just kept on going. We kept the faith. We said, okay, let's try and see how it goes. and then we kept going. And right now, with the set of units that we have, everybody is quite happy, and we are confident that FMBN will come through for us.
So far, the collaboration has been a delightful one. When the project is completed, electricity, water, and access roads, which are basic infrastructure, will be provided. Aside these, other supporting facilities like a green area, worship centers, and shops will also be made available in the estate.
Basically, the infrastructure that will be put in place here, apart from the houses themselves, is the road coming with drainages, water supply, and electricity. There are places that have been allocated for you to have places like green areas where people can relax in the evenings and probably in the morning. Then there are still supporting facilities such as worship centers, that's a chapel and a Muslim worship area. Then there are corner shops around.
The first phase of the project is expected to be completed in November 2021.
What is the name of my grandson?
Suleiman.
That's a good name. May the Almighty preserve him.
Amen.
Now that your family is growing, this is the time for you to start thinking of a house of your own.
Abba, the thought of this has always been on my mind. To build a house now, you need a lot of money, and that is what is holding me back.
Sonny, what you need is a mortgage. NHF mortgage loan. With NHF mortgage loan, you own a house upfront and pay gradually over a long period of time.
Abba, I will go to the FMBN office right away.
Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
The federal government, through the Northeast Development Commission (NEDC), has handed over 1,000 completed houses to Borno State government to resettle more than 500 internally displaced persons (IDPs) households in Ngowam community under the Special Presidential Intervention Scheme for IDPs and vulnerable persons living in the state. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, while commissioning the project, said that the return of IDPs to the community would rehabilitate, reconstruct, and sustain the recovery of Borno State. Managing Director, NEDC, Muhammad Al-Khali, also said that the houses comprises units of 2-bedroom bungalows and furnished with solar-powered street lights, as well as reticulated with 4 industrial solar-powered boreholes with other infrastructure like school, market, police station, and motor park. He added that the Commission also funded the provision of equipment for the technical and vocational skills centers for returning IDPs. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, has charged the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers to come up with the accurate data on the issues affecting housing. He mentioned this during a courtesy visit with the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers to his office recently. Fashola said that such data would help towards solving the housing problem in the country. He also noted that there is more demand in housing due to people that move from rural areas to urban centers to squat in the city. He said when demand exceeds supply, there will be scarcity. He added that the solution lies in having accurate data of empty houses in the cities. President, Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Emmanuel Wike, who spoke earlier, reaffirmed the importance of having a data bank. He also noted the commitment of the Institute and the provision of a property data bank for all state capitals and major cities in Nigeria. Our message all the time on the program is for people to take up the challenge and start up their home ownership journey. Our beneficiary tonight is a woman who, after watching this same program, went to the FMBN branch office in her state where she was guided on what to do. Today, she shares her story with us. Stay tuned for Mrs. Mary Bangboye's story.
You may be threatened every year. I thought mortgage is an alien thing.
When this house came, I even added weight.
I was really happy about that.
They made it easy for everybody.
Very flexible. I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Federal Mortgage Bank has done well.
Houses for all.
Mrs. Mary Baniboye, a staff of the National Bureau of Statistics, owns this 3-bedroom bungalow, the Ministerial Pilot Housing Scheme Estate, along Ajebo Road, Abeokuta, Ogun State Capital. Her journey to becoming a home owner began after she watched Everyone Deserves a Home. Thereafter, she took the bold step of finding out more from the FMBN office in her state.
Okay, I heard it on television. Yeah. I watched the program, and a friend introduced me to it. I actually went to FMB, so I met with one of their staff. So they told me the process, and I took form. Then they told me to bring some documents, so which after filling the form, I submitted with those documents. So that was it.
She recalls her experiences living in a rented apartment. After getting a place to call her own, Mrs. Bamiboye says she now has peace of mind.
I was actually staying in a rented apartment, so it was horrible. I don't want to start going into it. So, but when I got this place, I had a peace. I really enjoyed the services here.
She describes the repayment process as an easy and convenient one, which will allow her concentrate on other things.
Payment was so convenient. It was arranged in such a way that it covered the remaining period of retirement. It's so convenient because I will be able to feed my family, do some other things while paying. I won't even feel it. By the time I finish payment, I won't feel anything that I'm paying any money.
She lauds FMBN's efforts towards ensuring affordable houses are available for average Nigerians.
I will encourage the federal government to keep doing this because so many people are, cost of building houses, it's not easy. So to put up a structure like this, I think it's very convenient. I will advise and encourage the federal government to keep doing this so that it will be easy for the civil servants to afford.
She advises other Nigerians to take the bold step also and apply.
Just like Mrs. Bamigboye, you too deserve a home. Why don't you find out how to begin by logging onto our website on www.fmbn.gov.ng or walk into any FMBN office near you. There's always someone ready to guide you. You can also catch up previous episodes of the program on our social media platforms currently displaying on your screens. Until next week when I come your way again with another exciting package from the #1 mortgage bank in Nigeria. Have a pleasant night.